something I want to talk about, and I'm going to relate to you what that is through a story. Okay, we all like stories, right? Hopefully. Okay, so who watched Game of Thrones? Nobody. Oh yeah, Ken does. All right, cool. Nobody else cared for it. Don't matter. Don't worry about it. It's just a show. It's not that good. I mean, it's pretty good. Okay, so the story is about. So before going to the story, I really want you to envision this with me. Okay, I want you to pretend you're there with me, so that you can embrace the full message that I'm trying to get out to you guys. So let's go back in time real quick, folks. So a long, long time ago, okay, back in the medieval times, there was a king, okay, and that king, he's very famous and he's very popular. He's known around the land, being a generous king, right? Be a nice king that rule the people. So he's a good guy. He's a good character, and he's got two daughters, right? So the first daughter, super beautiful. Second daughter, super beautiful as well. So the first daughter's already been married off. So he's got one more daughter that's left to be married off to someone that's worthy. Okay. And I want you to think about this as, you can think about the most prettiest woman or lady you've ever met, and this is her. She fits all the criteria. She fits all the calibers, right? She's got the look, she's got the smart, she's got the brain, she's got everything that you want today. Uh, she's on fire, is what we call it, super fire. Okay, so the king decided, you know what? I want to find someone that's worthy of marrying my daughter. So he posted out a announcement to all the cities around him, and the challenge is you have to pass this one simple test to be able to take my daughter's hand. So the test is everybody will show up at the same time. Okay, all the contestants. So imagine all of us participating, trying to get this, try to win this competition, so you can marry the younger princess, right? So the idea behind this is the challenge is set up to be you have to get everybody started at the same time down the base of the castle, okay, because it's back in the king times, whatnot. Your job is to walk around the castle one loop, okay. But there's a catch though. The catch is you have to walk around the whole entire main street of the castle with a bowl. In this bowl is filled up to the top with water, okay, filled up to the rim with water. The objective is if you start off the competition with a whole bowl and you end up making the whole entire journey through the downtown area, come back, make a whole loop back to the castle without dropping a single drop of that water out of that bowl, then you can marry the daughter. So everybody following me so far, right? So the objective is very simple. You could walk around the whole castle one time, one lap through all the places, downtown area with a bowl. Imagine a bowl the size of your, I don't know, your fist, two fists together, this kind of bowl, but it's filled up to the top with water. Okay? And if you drip anything out, you're automatically done. But if you come back with not a single drop that dripped out of your bowl because you're walking, you're not driving, you're walking because back then they don't have no cars, right? So you come back, you're gonna see that you don't have any lost water, then you win the competition. So all these men got excited. You know what? I'm gonna get it. I'm get it. I got big foot. I got flat foot. I'm stable. I'm steady. I'm able to get this. It's so easy. It's such a cake thing to do, right? Everybody spit a big game, and then off goes the competition. Competition starts, and because it's such a long track around the palace, around the castle, it takes about 5-6 hours, right, just to cover this little short distance. So after I would say 4 or 5 hours, half of the competition will drop out, right, because they stumbled on something, they didn't see something, and the water spilled out and the competition gets eliminated. But there's one dude in this whole competition that is very on point. He knows what he needs to do, and at the end of the 5 6 hours of walking through downtown Palace, he was the only person that actually made it. He was the only person that actually went through the whole entire march through downtown and was able to retain every drop of water in that bowl without spilling it over. And then sure enough, he takes daughter, right? And then the king, so when he went back without dropping a single drop of water, the king asked him, so congratulations, son, you have won the hand of my daughter. You deserve her, rightfully so, because everybody has failed. Now tell me, so now the king's gonna question him now. So the king says, okay, so son, on your way up here, did you see the magician on the side of the corner that's doing tricks and everybody's watching? He was like, no, I didn't see that. Okay. The king goes on and says, did you see the circus on the corner of the bakery where all the animals are jumping up and down? Did you see all those animal shows? They're like, the guy goes, no, I didn't see that either. Right? And then the king kept on saying, do you see the insurance agent trying to sell you insurance? Did he come up to you and trying to sell you insurance? He was like, no, I didn't see that either. You didn't hear him? No, I didn't hear that either, sir. And the king goes, you know what? There's one guy you must have came across. He's an AT&T sales guy. Did he try and run up to you and pitch you on some direct TV? He was like, no. This is the medieval times. Nobody watched direct TV, right? No, I'm kidding. So all this stuff. So and then the king keep on going and say, you know what? What about that lady? The lady that's begging, or the guy that's begging by the side of the church, begging for money. She's always there. Did you see what color of clothing she was wearing? Because she talks to everybody. She begs on everybody. And the guy goes, no, I did not hear that either, or did not see that either. And then the king says, you know what? You rightfully deserve the hand of my daughter. So what's the logic here? What's the lesson to be learned here, guys?
He was so focused on the bowl. Is that what happened?
That's what we're looking for, right? He was focused. Now, everybody in here, in this room right now, in this Zoom call, you've all had had to hold a bottle of water or a cup of water before, right? It's just not me, right? I'm not. So if you know it, no, yeah, water in a bowl, not water in a bottle, brother. So you know how challenging it is. Okay. So not a lot of people is gonna make it because they lose focus. Okay, so the key message I want to deliver today is focus. And I'm gonna dive into the remaining portion in a little bit. But through this simple example of this guy who's committed to his goals, you know what? I want this girl, I want this princess, I want to be able to come up, I want to be able to earn her the right way, and therefore I'm going to invest in all of my resources, all of my energy, all of my dedication to make it happen. Right? So he went through the whole downtown Palace area just like everybody else, but he was not swayed in any way. He wasn't changed. He wasn't distracted because all he could see was the bowl of water. The whole entire walk, make sure that he doesn't tip it in any way, so the water will come out. So it all comes down to focus. So you're absolutely right, guys. Right? So how does it relate to our business? It's a very simple analogy, a simple story, but I want you to see the connection between the story in terms of what we do here at CMC and your personal goals. Okay, so in life, there's going to be two forces acting on every decision that you make. Okay, you're going to take note of this, mental note. Okay, there's two things that always or constant, we call them constant in a mathematical term, they call it constants, right? These are the things that don't change. So the two things in life that are always going to act on you, okay, especially in sales, because it's what we do. Right? There's what we call the external factors. things that happens to you from the outside in, external factors. These are the things that is going to potentially break you. Okay? External factors are the things that can potentially break you. These are the glamour stuff. These are the like the magician, the life insurance person right there, and all this stuff going on. Because these are the things that can potentially put you in a tilt. Okay, external factors can break you. Now let's talk about the other force. The other force is opposite of external. It's internal. You got it. Yeah, good job. So internal factors are the things that make you. Okay, you have two things, right? External factors, they break you. Internal factors, they make you. And these two forces are always constantly acting on us day in and day out. From the minute you wake up to the minute you put your head down on your pillow, these are two forces acting on you. Okay, it's a matter of us making a decision to decide what do we want to let happen. Okay, for example, when I first graduated in college, right back in, man, so long ago, and my first job was doing door-to-door sales with Quill. Okay, this is where I met Stefan. That's where I met Kenny. Right, we go back all that far in time. Seems like a lifetime ago, but yes, it was door-to-door. It wasn't glamorous, but it was sales. That's my very first job. I was excited about it for a little bit, and then I told my mom about it. And my mom, you guys don't know my mom, but just imagine a typical Asian family parent, right? They always want the best for you. They always want you to become a doctor, a lawyer, or something. And when I told my mom that I was gonna go door to door slanging paper toner paper clips, man, that look on her face, she was about to like come down and choke me sideways, right? She said, I I support you all this time and you want to go out with your degree to do door-to-door sales. It was opposition. It was external factor that kind of hit me. So two things can happen at the time. I just be like, you know what? You're right, mom. I should do something, more legit, do a 9 to 5 job and be done with it. That could be one way how that could turn out. But I just say, you know what? Let me test it out because I like to talk to people. I want to get good at, interpersonal skills related to people. So she kind of backed me off. I told her, let me try it out for a month. If it doesn't work, and I'll do something else. So I was able to push her off, right? Put her at bay. And during that 1 month, I was able to, again, go through my learning curve and be able to grab the campaign and start really well. At least that's how I thought of it. So in our business, okay, for you guys that's on the call right now, there's going to be a lot of these external factors that's coming at you every single day. Okay, you have it, I have it on a daily basis, right? People's gonna talk to you. Your closest family is gonna talk to you. Your girlfriend's gonna talk to you. Your boyfriend's gonna talk to you. You know what? Why don't you get a real job? Door to door. There's no glamour in door to door, right? Do something else. Costco is hiring. Trader Joe's is hiring. They have benefits. They have 401k. These are the external factors. These are just like the magician, the monkey show, the life insurance person that's trying to sell you something as you are going through your palace, going through your journey trying to get the prince's hand. There's no different. How do you react when all these external factors are pushing against you? How do you react? Do you give in? You already did 6 sales today, Dre, this week. You're up, Dre. Don't worry about it. Just go home. Go to the beach. Right? No? You're a smart man.
You gotta
Fernando,
get
man, you
greedy.
are doing good, bro. Fernando, you know what? You already almost hit leadership. Are you leading right now? Don't worry about it. Take a day off. You deserve it. Go and hang out with the boys. Oh, you already made 3 grand this week, man. Just go out there and buy something. Go and splurge it, right? Get some retail therapy. You deserve it. These are the external factors that are constantly acting on us. So understand if you give into the external factors, it's gonna somewhat break you, right? Slowly. It may not break you right away, but it's gonna break your mentality and your mindset. So the internal factors is what we can control, right? External factors, they come and go. You just have to learn how to adapt to it and brush them off and focus. Keep your eye on that bowl with the water. If you can do that, you're able to go so much further. Internal factors is the things you can control. How serious are you committed to your goals? How serious are you about keeping your word? How serious are you about pushing it through day in and day out and not miss a beat? How focused are you? That's the biggest question. Everybody can be focused momentarily. Everybody can be focused today, 2 days, 3 days in a row, and then we get lazy, right? And then these external factors start sinking in. So external factors, they break you. Internal factors, they make you. Okay. In this business, there is way too many external things acting on us every single day. We have to protect this guy right here. Make sure this guy is always alert, is always focused. It is no surprise that some of us on this call are doing everything correct, and they're seeing the fruit of the labor. They are seeing growth. They're seeing them growing as a person. They see themselves grow in terms of financial, and they see themselves grow in terms of a leader. Now they're growing their own teams. That's what this business is about. You just have to stay focused. You go off one step, you might kick a rock, and then that one rock is going to cause you to lose your balance and spill the water out of your bowl. Okay? That's all it takes. As small, as minute as it is, guys, it's small on a small scale, but when they add up, you look back and realize, damn, I missed all those signs. I just want to sleep in one day this week, man, and one day led to 2 days. I usually get up at 8, now I get up at 9, you know, and all these small little things that get to you. So the message, I want to wrap up real quick. The message today is whatever you're committed to, stay focused. Be true to yourself, to your goals. Everybody talks a big game, right? But it means nothing until you have reached the final destination. You know how many people in the field that tells me, Peter, you're such a great salesperson. I just can't do it today, right? I will promise I'll call you back. I'll swear on my firstborn's life I'll call you back tomorrow. Do you know how many people have said that to me? I lost count. And do you know how many people actually call me back? You see that right there? There's nothing right there, bro. It's zero, right? Again, this analogy, it simply means, hey, people's words are cheap. Everybody can talk, but when it's come to time for them to take action, more than half will fail, because taking action is the part that requires us to be different, to change ourselves, to actually get in the field and do something. That's the part that tests us, right? So for all of you guys on the call today, right now, who are doing things correct, who've seen changes in your life because you stay focused, keep on doing that. Keep on staying focused, because that's just gonna keep on taking to the next level. Okay? There's so many levels in this game. We just have to conquer them one at a time. Stay focused. Whatever your goal is, my goal is 5 sales this week. So you carrying around a bowl that says 5 sale in it. All you see is 5 sales in your bowl. Move on. Okay? That's gonna be a goal for this week. Your other goal could be, I just want to get better at overturning objections. Your bowl can be filled with objections. How can I get good at overturning objections? So whatever you want to take on this week in terms of task, let that be your bowl for the week. Let that be your bowl for the day until you get good at it. Everybody follow me so far? Good stuff, guys. Questions, comments, slight concerns? Tunnel vision, yeah. All right. So the challenge to all of us is to get out there, be the guy with a bowl, with a full bowl. Get out there today, stay focused on your goals, and make sure that we do everything we can to not get affected by all these external factors that are going to come your way. It already started, okay? And just know that it won't stop. And the only person that can control that is you. You're looking in front of the mirror, you find that guy, okay? You don't want to confront that guy. Don't look at the mirror this week because he's going to look right back at you and it's going to say, did you stay focused this week? Cool? All right, guys, my time is up. Hopefully that added a little bit of value to you in terms of what I mean by staying focused, the factors that act upon us on a daily basis, and we'll go from there. Cool?
Thanks, Pete.
All right, all right.
I like how the word bowl rhymes with goals. So if you ever forget, focus on your goals. Go get that princess.
Go get that
All
princess.
right, cool. Thanks for the story. It resonates a lot better when you have a story with it. Whatever book you're reading, Pete, go ahead and share it down below so I can share stories too. All right, guys. So we have Dre that's gonna speak next. He's gonna give you guys some value on how you guys can understand impulse curves, and this is something that you guys can apply right away out there in the field. So go ahead, Dre.
What's up, guys? Good morning. How's everybody doing? Thank you for having me on the call. So today I'm gonna go over the impulse curve. I'm gonna have Ryan Moore assist me with the impulse curve as well. For those of you who don't know what the impulse curve is, the impulse curve is pretty much, for example, a lot of you guys are hands-on learning people, right? Meaning like you need to go out in the field, shadow somebody, and that's the quickest way you might learn something, right? Personally, me, I feel that's probably the fastest way for me to learn. However, there are a lot of others who need a classroom kind of setting. And the classroom setting would be our impulse curve. It is the process of our cell A through Z. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen, and then I'm actually gonna let Ryan go ahead and go over the beginning of the impulse curve. But before I do cue him in, let me share my screen with you guys. Andy, my screen sharing is disabled. Can you fix it for me? Perfect. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes, perfectly.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it, Gio. Cool. So this is our impulse curve, right? This was specifically designed for our business. It's actually really cool because what I find it very fascinating is where you could be stuck along the way throughout the sale, right? Some people might have difficulty intro. Some people might have difficulty doing the interview, the presentation, right? The soft close, right? 50% of the time, the re-impulse drops, right? Most new guys, I think their biggest challenge is overturning these objections, right? And then eventually recapping the entire sale. So I'm gonna let Ryan get right into it. He's gonna go ahead and go through the intro, interview, presentation, and close with you guys. Go ahead, Ryan.
What's up, guys? How we doing?
Doing great, brother.
Super excellent. Awesome. That's what I like to hear. Thank you for having me on. So, as you guys know, I do come from a 6'4" background, so we did the impulse curve as well. So my knowledge on it might be a little bit different, so I might have a different perspective for you guys and how I do things. So I would just like to share that, try to give you guys as much knowledge as possible on what I know about it. So I'll get into it first and foremost. So first on the impulse curve is going to be the intro. Why do we think the intro is important? Feel free to chime in, anybody.
Because it's your first face-to-face interaction with the customer.
100%. So what I've always taught, what I've always learned, your intro is going to be 80% of your sale. If you can't get somebody to buy in to you from the jump, you don't have it, right? So the key things when it comes to your intro, it's C factors. It's what we teach here, right? Smile, eye contact, enthusiasm. If you're not excited about what you're doing, if you don't have that energy coming into the business, if you're not smiling, having that friendly demeanor about you, customers already tuned out. They're deciding to buy with you in the first 3 to 7 seconds, right? If you gotta get them to buy into you, the rest of this isn't gonna matter. So intro is key. From the intro, we move on to interviewing. When it comes to interviewing, I always explain it as you're removing skepticism, right? You're not only removing skepticism from the customer, you're letting them know who you are and what you're here to do. You're also qualifying that customer and seeing if it's somebody you should invest your time in. So what do you guys think it means by qualifying somebody?
Asking the right questions, figuring out what their situation is, what kind of problems they might have, really investigating what route you want to position to sell in.
100%. So what are some qualifying questions, or what would eliminate a customer from being someone that you would want to talk to?
Are you the owner?
Are you the owner? Perfect, perfect. Do you have any other ones?
Do you have AT&T?
Awesome, right? So from the jump, you're trying to find out who they are, if it's somebody that you actually want to talk to. This is going to save you a ton of time when you're in the field. The worst thing you can do is go through the entire sale, and at the very end, the customer tells you, oh, I don't take care of it. I actually have to talk to the boss. You just wasted half an hour, and now you're nagged out, pissed off. You spent an entire good presentation. You thought you were going to close, and now you left with nothing, right? So that's key. And when it comes to removing skepticism, for me, it's letting know who I am and what I'm here to do for them. So during that process, I let them know, hey, I'm out here with AT&T. We're just checking up on all of our customers in the area. Who are you guys with? That off-rip will let me know who they are, what they're doing. As far as finding out the type of services and the problems they have, I use open-ended questions. A lot of you guys should be familiar with this. My open-ended questions is just gathering me ammunition so I know how to present to them. So for us, we went over hot buttons in Sigcore. We're trying to find out what really matters to our customers, why they're going to buy from us in the first place, the things, areas of concern, what's really important for them, whether that be internet speed, whether that be the price, whether that be what they're watching on TV, whether it be sports. You just want to find out as much information as possible, and then you're going into grabbing that bill. All right, perfect. Let me see what you guys qualify for. Do you have your bill on you? So after you ask, all right, cool, how's everything working? Whether it be there with us, or if there was Spectrum or another provider, find out as much information as possible, then you go into grabbing that bill, right? Once you found out all the information that they care about, you found out their hot buttons, now you know exactly how you're going to present to them, right? You know how to position yourself in the sale to actually close them. Find all the problems, provide them now with a solution, right? And when we're going into solutions, I use features versus benefits. I let them know what feature is going to be important for them. I explain how that benefit looks for their business. So let's say, for example, they had problems with internet with Spectrum, they had connectivity issues, speed was going in and out. All right, perfect, Mr. Customer. Here's what I'm gonna do for you today. So we're actually gonna hook you up with 50 megabits per second on fiber. So what that's gonna look like in your business, now your card machine is not gonna cut out anymore on your customers. You're gonna have a strong, steady connection. You actually have a dedicated line going to your business. So you're gonna have no interruptions. For me personally, that sounds a lot better than, okay, cool, I'm hooking you up with 50 megs and then moving on to the next bullet point. You have to explain how it looks for the customer. They don't care about the feature itself. They care about how it's going to affect them. That's why they buy in the first place. They can actually envision you're painting that picture for them on why it's going to work for the business. Once you've went over a couple benefits and why the service is going to matter, why the service is going to actually benefit them, now you can move forward into your close. Right here for us, it's going to be a soft close. You're going to go ahead, give them that price, let them know, hey, all right, awesome. You like these things? It's only going to be 85 bucks a month. Does that sound good? Do we have a deal? At that point, they're going to be like, all right, cool, sounds good. And then this is where Dre is going to take over, right?
Cool. Thank you, Ryan. I think you hit it right on the money. I think that's why I wanted you to explain this part. You probably even explained it better than I would explain it, man. Good job. So after the soft close, right? This is what Gio likes to say, that you got to ask for the sale, right? You got to take initiative for it, right? Do we have a deal, right? I got put up 3 deals yesterday, and of all 3 deals, I legitimately asked for the sale. Like, do we have a deal, right? This is what you want. Once they acknowledge that soft close to you, right? Then it's time to go ahead and go through the summary, right? And as if you guys know, here we have 50% of the time the reimpulse drops, but I honestly think it's probably higher than that. I would say it's 66% of the time. I would say 2/3 of the time the reimpulse drops. And what that means is that somewhere along the way, when you're going through the summary, the customer is going to have some kind of issue with it, right? So they might have some kind of issue with the fact that it's a separate bill. They might have some kind of issue that it's a 2-year agreement with a 1-year promo, right? They may have an issue with the first month, right? They might have an issue with putting a card on file, right? Whatever the case is, throughout your tenure here with CMC, you're going to have to overturn every one of these objections along your way. That being said, for those of you who are new, for those of you who are a little more seasoned, doesn't really matter. The faster you are able to overturn these objections, the more sales you're going to get. Again, the faster you are able to overturn objections, the more sales you will get. The reason being is because in your eyes, to the customer, in the customer's eyes, you're going to look very knowledgeable and very credible when you're answering on the fly, right? If they give you an objection and you're looking down, you're looking up, you get nervous, you kind of already felt that they're going to go through that objection, you kind of already lost in the customer's eyes, right? So the more natural you sound, the easier you are to overcome these objections, the easier the sale is going to get through the next bullet point, through the next bullet point, and the next bullet point, right? And then another thing is that a lot of times, especially when you guys, they talk too much, right? If a customer doesn't look like he's going to give you an objection that it's separate bill, then there's no reason to explain why it's separate bill. If he looks at you and he acknowledges and shakes his head and says, yeah, that's cool, then move on, right? A lot of times I catch new guys just over explaining, over analyzing everything. And what that does is shoots them in the foot, because the customer starts really answering more, giving them more questions, right? So I'm just going to give you guys how I overturn the objections on the recap. Everybody's different. For the most part, we are all the same. But so usually when I go through the close, right, the first thing I like to reiterate with the customer is the price, right? This is exactly why they're getting the deal, right? And along the price, I like to explain what they're getting within this price, right? Let's say, for example, the customer, his whole thing was that he wanted faster speed. All right, Mr. Customer, so the first thing I'll say is we're going to upgrade your speed to 100 megs for this price, right? And then our phone line is going to be this price, right? And the TV, it's included, it's going to be this price, right? Bam. Once you move on from the price, then you move on to the first bullet point, right? So my transitional phrase, the transitional word that I like to use, and I probably say it 100 times when I'm closing the deal, is my office is going to verify. My office is going to verify this, they're going to verify that, verify this, verify that. Why do I say that? Because I'm already building that psychology behind them in their mind that they're going to get verified. That is my goal, for them to get verified. And once the order is verified and drafted, then my job is complete, right? So the first objection, right? AT&T and DirecTV separate bill, right? If a customer gives you an objection, the reason why they're separate bill, sir, is because the TV is its own entity, right? Unlike Comcast, unlike Spectrum, the TV is not running over the internet. If the TV was with the internet, and let's say for whatever reason we cut your cable line, then the internet's going to go out, and that's going to affect your business, right? I like to tell them that because 100% of the time they look at me and they acknowledge, yes, you're right. The TV is not nearly as important as the internet. Cool. You move on. The next bullet point, right? AT&T and DirecTV will have separate bill, right? Oh, I'm sorry, I just went through that one. 2-year agreement, 1-year promo, correct? So with the 2-year agreement, 1-year promo, it's really simple, sir. All that means is that your promotion is good for 1 year, okay? At the year mark, you do need to call in to renew for the 2nd year, okay? If you want me to completely be transparent with you, if you don't call, the price is gonna go up, right? 100% of the time, these customers, they're very timid and going through with the deals because almost all of them already have gotten burned by other reps, right? And yeah, maybe sometimes the rep did them dirty. Maybe they did a shady sell here and there. But I want to say more than that, it's the fact that there just was poor miscommunication, right? Miscommunication from the rep telling the customer what action needs to be taken once the promotion ends, right? Instead of over promising the price is good for 2 years, right? Instead of telling them you have to call in, right? The more real you are, the customer recognizes that. And I can't explain that enough, okay? So again, look, Mr. Customer, it's a 2-year agreement, 1-year promo. At the year mark, you need to call in. If you call in and if you downgrade to basic, your price will be the same at $25 the 2nd year. And I like to show them on the channel guide, look, this is what you get the 1st year, business select. 2nd year, we give you the basic. Yes, you'll cut your channels in half, but at the end of the day, you're getting this for the price, right? And you want to keep the same price the next year. Bam. Cool. Move on to the next one, right? The next one is 1st month is regular price, right? A lot of people call it activation. A lot of people call it installation fee. Honestly, I just read what the order form says, right? The regular price is $77, right? I circled it. Normally, you'll pay $25 every month. However, the 1st month will be $77, right? 99% of the time, the customer's gonna hate it, right? You can't remove that. Fortunately for you guys now, we do have the $100 bill credit. I can't remove that, but I can add the bill credit, which applies the 2nd month, right? Also, once that bill credit does end, I'm going to teach you guys a new technique to get over that little hump. So before, in the past, the way we would get over it is, let's say the customer currently right now is paying $160 for phone line and internet, right? So you already know in your head, 24 megs, 1 line, existing customer, that's going to be $63, right? With the DTV, that's 25. He's looking at 88, right? 1st month for the DTV is 77. You just do the math. 77 plus 66. What is that? 137, right? 147. Still less than what you're paying now, Mr. Customer. Currently, you're paying 160, and then the 2nd month running is when you'll see it at $88 religiously, right? So these are just little ways to kind of just help you guys to get over the hump. I know once that bill credit ends, it's going to be very challenging for a lot of you guys, especially for you guys who've been in the company and don't know anything other than the bill credit. So I challenge you guys to try to practice that today. I know one of the deals that I got yesterday, I didn't even mention the $100 bill credit. I just went straight to it, and I pretty much showed him his savings, and he was all for it. That being said, the final one, right? Credit card, debit card is required to proceed with DirecTV, right? This is point blank really simple, okay? You need to know if they have auto bill payment before you even quote them. If not, you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot, okay? So before you even quote them, this should be part of your interview questions. Go ahead and please ask them if they have auto bill pay, confirm it. If they do have auto bill pay, then it should be easy to get the card. Just let them know, hey, Mr. Customer, you already have auto bill pay with AT&T. DirecTV is a separate bill. We are going to have to set up auto bill payment. Let me have a card number, whatever card you like to use on file for the auto bill payment. And then shut up. Don't say a word. Give them the silent treatment. Make it awkward because they have no other option to give you the card because they know you mean business, right? You're looking them dead in the eye. You mean business, okay? However, let's say they tell you from the get-go, I do non-auto pay. Cool. Quote them non-auto pay, okay? That's no worries at all. And then after you quote them and before you get through that last bubble, just simply ask them, hey, Mr. Customer, so by the way, I do see you pay non-auto pay, okay? That's no worries at all. If I could show you here, you do have the option to put a card on file, and it's actually going to be $15 less than what it already is. I'll tell you about 50% of the time, a customer that will not do auto pay with me, he'll be like, oh, damn, no way, let's do it. I'm down. I got a card right here. Bam, you just got the card, right? And you just got paid out for it, okay? And other than that, that's how you overturn all the objections. Then you go through the recap. After I go through the recap summary once, and he signs the paper, I honestly go through it again but I go through it quick, right? I go through it main points. You don't have to overturn any objections. You already overturned all of them, right? Because you need to reiterate this to the customer because they need to understand these are the main points that's going to be said to them during that verification call, right? So again, make sure you guys recap 2, 3, multiple times. That way it's engraved in their head that they know what is going to be said on that verification call. And then it gives you more credibility because they're going to be like, oh man, you know what? Everything he said was said on that call. Then they're going to give you a call. Hey, you know what? I got a brother. I got a cousin. Hook them up. Give me a referral, right? So it goes a long way being real. That's really all I have for you guys. This is the impulse curve. For those of you who don't have this, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to text this to you guys. My number is 562-916-5847. Again, my number is 562-916-5847. And for those of you who don't know me, who are new, I'm a partner within CMC. I've been with the company for 4 years. Feel free to shoot me a text. I'll be more than happy to kind of go over this with you guys again if you need a one-on-one. I'm here at your guys' disposal, okay? But that's all I really have for you, Andy.
Cool. Let's get excited, guys. Let's get excited. We're gonna end with the high rollers. Go, drum roll. Guys, the end goal here, guys, is not to learn sales, it's to build your own business within CMC. I'm liking these numbers right here. This is what's up. Look at this. This is 20 sales on a Monday. I want to have you guys envision like having your own team doing 20 sales in one day, right? Right now, some of you guys are on the board. It's just you as an individual. It's fine, but the end goal is 15 between you and your guys. And for you partners that's been in the business, 45, 60, like this is tremendous number. So this is just stepping stones, guys. This is the brick by brick by brick that we're talking about. So guys, I'm excited for you guys. I'm excited for us. And thank you guys for like believing in the leadership, the organization, and most importantly, just believing in yourself. These numbers on a Monday is powerful. So give yourself a round of applause there. No doubt about that. All right. So I'm gonna recognize the people who performed out there. As you guys can see, the numbers are here. But we got Christopher, we got Drew. Welcome back. Like I said yesterday, we got Mr. Kevin, Johans, Diego, Richard, Sebastian, Fernando, Isaiah. You guys make the biggest difference by putting up one. So great job to you guys. And we got Kevin Calderon. He's out there training and leading by example, showing the money, showing the opportunity, and still putting up 2 deals. So great job, Kevin. I know you're on the way to work already. Danny Cortez and Carlos and Summer, you guys did 2 sales. So good job there. All right. And last but not least, he ran the sales call. He's a partner within CMC, holding it down for PMG. Andre Parada, great job with 3 sales yesterday.
I'm back full throttle.
Yes, sir. Dre.
Yes, sir.
Everybody in the far back hear you. What works for you, my man?
Honestly, I've been out the game this entire month. Recently, they actually just dropped the standings for the entire month on the partners chat, and I found it funny that I'm like middle of the pack with only working 2 days this month. But I just been really, I've been really reflecting on my time off, and I've just been eager to get back out here with my team and just lead from the front and lead by example. These guys have been, going to war with me for the past couple of months, and to see them hold it down on their own those 3 weeks that were out, it really inspired me, and it just motivated me to keep pushing and keep going. And so I'm out here in San Fran right now. I've been out here for the whole week with my entire team, and I told my guys from the get-go that my goal was to high roll everybody in the team and everyone in the company. So I just want to prove to my guys that I can keep my word, and I'm gonna try to kill it. I'm gonna try to get the double digits this week. So we'll see how it goes, and we just got to kind of try to manage the team at the same time. So, it's a lot of fun, man. It's just about having fun, following the 7 habits, working a full day, and you'll guaranteed success in this business. It's
Hey
literally
Dre,
it.
I have a question for you. Maybe you want to share with the guys here. You mentioned
Yeah.
earlier in the year you wanted to buy some new things by the end of the year. What are some goals that you have that you want to accomplish?
Yeah. Man, it's so funny that you say that because with everything that's been going on, I kind of lost sight of my own goal. But yeah, my goal is to buy a house, man. That's my main goal. I'm 26 years old. I'm in a perfect position right now to buy a home. I'm almost there. I just need to kind of get my credit up a little more, and I'll be there. But the end result and the goal is to hopefully buy a home by the time I turn 27. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have the similar background story as me, right? We have hardworking families that work their asses off, right? Working all day, just trying to provide, right? And so for me personally, to be able to accomplish my parents' lifelong goal at half their age is truly remarkable, and it's a blessing in the sky. And I'm truly humble and grateful for everything. And the work doesn't end now, and we just got to keep pushing and moving forward. That's it.
Right on. Hold it down for PMG, man. It's crazy to see someone that's 26-year-old make it into business like this, and he's a proven example that it is possible if you just put in the work, put your head down, like what Peter's talking about, tunnel vision, and to have goals that inspire you, that empowers you. We go out every single day because we want to provide for our family and ourselves. So, guys, that being said, I appreciate you guys being on this call and being a student. And we hope to continue to give you guys value tomorrow. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let's focus on that bowl that Pete's talking about.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Let's kill it. Let's kill it.
Have a great day, guys.